So I'm on Robinwood, heading towards the trails.
26 seconds ahead.
With my favourite high smooth run lady coming along with us. Today I need about 84 minutes, something like that. So I have asked, hello, to be reminded of that. We will hear the halfway to your goal announcement. I started my chrono as well, so hi. Coming by. Thank you. Well, the weir yesterday was overflowing. Today it's down. Hi. Below the lip, coming through the pipes where it is supposed to come through. I'm going to take us on a tour of all my favorite spots on this run, and I will try and take a picture at each one.
35 seconds ahead.
Just running through the tree graveyard at the moment. Heading towards the mushroom patch on the tree stump. I left it a little late coming out of the house today because I was tracking James Daly in his marathon. I saw him finish and then I left for my run. He made his goal. He finished under 5 hours by about 8 or 9 minutes. Really depends what the chip time he gets. But it was fascinating following his progress, watching the heart rate gradually creep up. Yep, it was quite enlightening to see how the run-walk schedule affected his pace. So this is the mushroom patch. Let me just put down the recorder so you get an idea of scale. Okay, camera goes away and I pick up the recorder. I remember doing one of these nature shots once before with Sandy and Glenn and a whole bunch of other runners at Thetis Lake, and I put the recorder down to take the photograph, and then we ran off. Hello. Hi. Coming through the middle. Hi. That was a family. Yeah, I had to run back. We all ran back, actually. It was about 4 or 5 minutes of silence. Hi. I recorded the silence of the forest. That was fun. Just coming up on Ash. So we passed the mushroom stump. I won't bother taking a picture at the next place because I'm going to be stopping for a drink of water in the men's bathroom. I was just thinking today that not only do we have a podcasting pace, but we also have a podcasting style of speech. We have to break up our phrases to give us time to speak. Douglas Creek Trail, heading towards the main parking lot in the park, just by the washrooms.
Distance 2 kilometers. Cadence 75. Workout average pace 7 minutes 33 seconds per kilometer.
I will lose a lot of that pace once I start hitting the higher trails. I will hear some kind of half an hour reminder which will remind me to look at my watch. But basically I started my chrono at about the same time as my recording. Maybe 30 seconds. Maybe 30 seconds behind. Alright. So I've been recording for... Washrooms closed due to vandalism. Thank you for the Saanich Park Department. Yep, it's locked. That's a bummer. There is another water fountain over here. But it's a little harder to drink from because the spigot is at knee height. I believe it's for filling up the buckets for the dogs and for people to fill up their cantinas when they're camping. Alright, put the phone down. I put the recorder down. That should be enough. Now I have to head back to my original route. So vandalism, eh? It's not good. other disadvantage of that drinking tap is that because it's just pouring down onto the grate where the drain is located, there is a fair amount of splashing of water around the old feet. Something I have to get used to in the winter here is running with wet shoes as I hike up towards the road. As you can hear, I have the metronome set to remind me when I'm not running. My average cadence will come up every kilometer, but my overall cadence will be only discernible at the very end of the workout. Take me a few more steps to silence the metronome. Hello. Hi. Thank you. So I'm on Lower Whittaker now, heading towards the resort hotel. It's called the Seaview Inn. It's changed hands a few times. This is not an in the shirt recording. I'm using my Sony today, just so I can catch the nuances of the quiet zone. Which isn't here. This is the street noise, or the road noise from Cordova Bay Road. Another traditional hike section, coming up on 3 kilometers. another hike, and then it's pretty much a run all the way to the fake bridges. Then I'm going to go along towards the saddle over the elephant. I won't do the summit again. I've done the summit.
3 kilometers. Cadence. Step 1. Workout average pace. 7 minutes. 56 seconds per kilometer. 1 minute and 18 seconds behind.
I think I've done the summit 3 times this week. I know I have put out a mashup that I made of some of my In the Shirt recordings this week. Oh, I forgot about this hike section. But I've been very good to my heart today. It's important. Hello. That woman decided to head up Norn, which starts around there. I'm going to head around towards the fake bridges. I was going to take you on a bushwhacking exploration, but decided against it. For the sake of the workout, I would rather spend more time running than hiking. Okay, so yesterday I came this way and this tree had blown down just across the trail. I actually have to step over it to get to my trail. Let me put the recorder down and take another picture. Yeah, this is wind damage from the storm a couple of nights ago. I have to step over it to get back on my course. Luckily it would have been a traditional hike anyway, so I didn't lose too much, only the time it took to take the picture. So from here on in, at about the 19-minute mark, should be silent, other than me and that crazy woman with the wooden block and her little hammer. Just along here was where once, a few months ago, I saw a Parks vehicle and a policeman. They were emptying out an encampment. Yep, that would have been the way I would have gone, to the right. But there wouldn't have been very much running, no controlled effort in there. When I go silent like that after an announcement is because I'm trying to figure out my average pace. It's weird, but that's the way we are. We like to try and figure things out. Just coming up on the fake wooden bridges. Get my camera out while I'm hiking. It's good lighting today actually for photography. There is a bit of a blue sky. So there's light, there's shadow, and there's foliage color, which has lost some of that very young green that we all relate to new growth. Okay, fake bridge, the big one. Got it. One selfie. Got it. And back to my run. Let me just put the camera away, lady. Don't want to drop it. Up towards Upper Whittaker now. I'll soon be closing in on the Elephant Rock. So, I'm hoping that all our friends achieved their goals this race Sunday in October. There's Chris running in Portland. There's Alan running the mountains of Massachusetts. And there's Heather and countless other close and not quite so close friends running Chicago. Yeah, I should have set an 8-minute pace, which would have put me just about at that spot. Now, 8 minutes per kilometer, about whatever. I don't want to spook you with my wacky maths. It's funny how the English say maths with an S, and the Americans and Canadians say math without the S. But it is mathematics, so there is definitely a plural. Not Matthew-matics, but mathematics. Zarin, my youngest son, is in Atlanta, believe it or not. He's at yet another gaming convention. And he survived the first 2 days of competition. Today it gets serious. Today the winners will be in the money.
Distance 4 kilometers. Cadence 65. Workout average pace 8 minutes 28 seconds per kilometer. 3 minutes 54 seconds behind.
So the data is the data. You don't need to get depressed about it. The data will reflect whatever setting you put on it. You can either set realistic goals or you can set unrealistic goals. It depends whether you need to encourage yourself or force yourself to work a little harder. It's up to you, really. The raw data can be extrapolated however you wish. Okay, so here's the Elephant Rock. Let me put the recorder down again in the leaf litter. Okay, so we're up to about, I think, 4.5K of running. My voice has gone a little quiet because the recorder is on the ground. Alright, I got it now. As I climb over the elephant's back. 2 women hiking towards me at the 28-minute mark. They're taking the low trail with their dog.
No, I don't know.
I think they might have been
5 minutes 1 second behind.
they might have been the women that I saw at the summit the other day. They were chatting away. Okay, now I push on. I think I'm going to go over a little. No, I'm not. I'm going to go through the saddle, do Rob Smith's Must Run Hill, but downwards, so that should be pretty easy, and head out towards the Blenkinsop Trail, where I will descend to Blenkinsop Road and run lockside back towards Glendenning, where I will no doubt be able to pick up my pace again, having said bye-bye to you all and put my recorder away. I will be able to concentrate on the workout. I hear the happy sounds of 2 more people coming this way. I haven't seen them yet. But this canyon is quite echoey. Going through the Bandana Rock. Up, up, up.
5 minutes 41 seconds behind.
Yep. No problemo. See, 2 days ago, this trail was a creek. Today it is dry. Nature is very well equipped to deal with surface water. It very soon becomes groundwater. So when you start putting in houses, streets, and roofs with gutters, that you really spoil nature's balance. And the victim is the creek. Mount Douglas Creek gets a wash 3 or 4 times a month in the winter. So very little chance for an ecosystem to develop. Yep, you remember I started this recording off with crossing the weir. Well, that is the sign of how much water is supposed to be in the creek. Just coming up on the saddle now. I'll be able to shut that girl up in a minute with that incessant tapping. See, these updates are every 2 minutes. So it gives you a real-time feel of how you're doing. A little bit too much information on the machine today for this particular run. But I had it set to the max. For Graham, he likes to hear the stats. Blind people rely much more heavily on their ears than we do. Alright, so that's the end of the uphills. Now I have a few downhills, plus a few technical sections that I will probably hike just to remain vertical, because that's a major consideration when you're trail running. You cannot finish a race with a broken ankle. You can't even walk with a broken ankle. So this is Rob's Hill going down, which will lead me to the Garry Oak Meadows. And then I'll go up a little bit.
7 minutes, 14 seconds behind.
Hi. Hello, dogs. Hi. I always forget these little uphill annoyances, but it's reflected in my pace. Coming up on Tombstone Rock, which would be just at the bottom of the Little Mount Doug descent. Let me get my camera out for Tombstone Rock. Yeah, that's the descent from the Little Mount Doug summit. And there is Tombstone Rock.
Halfway to your goal.
All very appropriate. Halfway to my goal. I will not go back the way I came, but I know I have 43 minutes to go. So So I have to plan my route to end up either at Save On Foods or at Mount Doug Market. I think I'll head for Mount Doug Market. Check on my recording time. Alright, this is about where I will say goodbye to you today. I'll put all my equipment away and continue my run down to the Lochside Trail, along Lochside to, where is it now? Along Lochside to Mount Douglas Crossroad, up towards the Mount Douglas Food Market, and I'll be done. So this is the Running Jackal saying goodbye to you this pleasant Sunday.